Yeah, I think we'll let it play out as we get closer to the cut down. Those are all conversations that we are always having, but those are tough decisions. Like to keep everybody.
Cleveland Browns, Ocho, are trading Kenny Pickett to the Raiders in exchange for a 2026 fifth-round pick. Taken 20th overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2022 draft, Pickett has now been traded 3 times in his career.
Gives a chance to rookies to really compete for that number 2 quarterback spot. Also, I think it guarantees us that we'll see one of the rookies play a significant amount of time this year after Flacco is done with the however many games he will play. I don't see Flacco playing an entire season, so this tells me you have a fair or more of a QB competition for the number 2 spot, and so we'll see who is the number 2 as the weeks go on.
At last, the Cleveland Browns are finally turning their attention to the development of Shedeur Sanders. After being sidelined for the entire training camp, Shedeur is now beginning to find himself at the center of something promising. With Kenny Pickett traded to the Raiders, the door has officially opened for both Shedeur and Gabriel to step up and take command of the offense. These past couple of days have been nothing short of chaotic for the Browns, but all the drama has set the stage for what could be a major turning point in their quarterback future.
And the funny thing, the good thing for Shedeur, as well as Dylan Gabriel as well, is when you take the scout team reps, hey, you're going against the number 1 defense.
Shedeur Sanders would no doubt be feeling a sense of relief with how things are shaping up in Cleveland. Analysts have already started labeling this moment as a golden opportunity for him to finally show his true potential, especially now that he's expected to receive consistent scout team reps. With Kenny Pickett out of the picture and Joe Flacco locked in as the starter, the stage is clear for both Shedeur and Gabriel to compete directly for those crucial practice reps. This added time on the field will not only sharpen their skills, but also give them a legitimate shot at earning a spot in the starting 11 as the season progresses. This move isn't just gaining attention across the NFL, it's also sparking debate among Browns insiders. Analysts like G. Bush have openly criticized the organization for making this decision far too late. In his view, removing one quarterback from the mix now doesn't erase the fact that Shedeur Sanders should have been getting these valuable reps from the very start. According to Bush, the Browns may have cost Shedeur precious time that could have accelerated his development and better prepared him for this exact moment. Instead, what could have been weeks of growth is now being squeezed into a much tighter window, raising questions about how the team has handled his progression.
Why are you giving him reps? Why would you give him all these reps when you could have just said, I'm going to go with, Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, and at least you could have got some more reps out of the 2 rookies, but you wasted all those reps on Kenny Pickett. Now he's not on the roster. I guess, man, people is showing the laser eyes. I don't understand the laser eyes. Like, you broke even, bro.
But to be clear, Kenny isn't the only one who has exited Cleveland. Several other players have also been removed, and the message behind these moves is crystal clear. The Browns want to create quality opportunities for players like Shedeur Sanders to step up and make their mark on the field. GM Andrew Berry has been keeping a very close eye on the situation, and when Kevin Stefanski made the puzzling decision to field an offensive line that resulted in Shedeur getting sacked repeatedly, it immediately raised red flags. That performance didn't sit well with Berry, and the backlash from fans and media only added fuel to the fire. In swift and dramatic fashion, Berry responded by waiving the contracts of the entire defensive line and cutting ties with several players, including quarterback Huntley, who had briefly filled in for Shedeur during the previous game. It was a bold statement from the front office, showing they were not going to let poor decisions or ineffective performances continue to drag the team down. And now, there's a growing consensus that GM Andrew Berry truly wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. His actions, combined with the roster shakeups, point toward giving Shedeur every possible chance to prove himself. This belief isn't just speculation, it's been seen before. When Shedeur delivered a solid performance in the first preseason game, Barry made it a point to approach him directly. In that moment, he told Shedeur how proud he was of him, a gesture that spoke volumes about the faith and admiration he holds for the young quarterback. For many, that exchange was more than just encouragement. It was a clear sign that Barry views Shedeur as a potential cornerstone for the Browns' future. At that time, however, Kevin Stefanski seemed unwilling to recognize Shedeur's efforts. His focus was clearly on Kenny and Dylan as the ones he wanted to lead the team. Even when Shedeur put on an impressive performance that caught everyone's attention, Stefanski brushed past it without giving him proper credit. Instead of praising the young quarterback, he gave a generic response about developing all of his quarterbacks, which came across as dismissive. To many, it was a telling sign that Stefanski wasn't fully invested in Shedeur's growth or future with the Browns.
Will you also set the pecking order following, meaning quarterback 2, 3, and 4, or will there be a competition right through Cincinnati week?
Yeah, well, I'll talk to we'll have the team in tomorrow, so I'll be able to talk through a bunch of different things with our players. But in terms of, where people are, first string, second string, those type of things, not really thinking about that right this minute, Tony. That's more stuff that will.
But now, with Pickett gone, Stefanski seems determined to reshape the narrative surrounding Shedeur Sanders. In a recent interview, he emphasized that he would continue working towards Shedeur's growth and development, signaling a shift in his approach. This statement makes one thing clear: the Browns are now fully committed to the quarterbacks they have left, with Shedeur firmly in that mix. For Shedeur, this means more opportunities to refine his game, gain confidence, and prove his value as the season unfolds. It's a pivotal moment, one that could define not only his future in Cleveland, but also the direction of the Browns moving forward.
I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better. And that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me.
The Cleveland Browns' recent moves have made one thing abundantly clear: Shedeur Sanders is being pushed to the forefront of the team's future plans. For weeks, there had been uncertainty surrounding his role, with Kevin Stefanski seemingly favoring Kenny Pickett and Dylan over the young quarterback. But the tide has shifted. With Pickett now traded to the Raiders, the Browns have cleared significant space for Shedeur to receive the attention and development he deserves. This decision isn't just about reshuffling the roster, it's an example of how the organization is beginning to prioritize its long-term future, and Shedeur is right at the center of that vision. General Manager Andrew Barry's influence cannot be overlooked here. His faith in Shedeur has been visible from the beginning, whether in his words of encouragement after a strong preseason showing or in the bold roster changes meant to create room for him to thrive. Barry knows the importance of nurturing young talent, and his commitment to Sanders suggests he believes the quarterback can one day lead the Browns in a meaningful way. Stefanski, under immense pressure from fans and analysts alike, has also had to adjust his stance. His recent comments about working for Shedeur's betterment may stem from external noise, but they also mark a shift toward giving him the developmental path he was previously denied. Pickett's departure stands as a turning point, a signal that the Browns are moving forward, not looking back. For Shedeur Sanders, this is more than just an opening. It's the chance to solidify his place in the NFL and prove his potential on a bigger stage. If he can seize this moment, the Browns' gamble will not only pay off, but also reshape the team's future for years to come. What do you think about the Browns' decision to move forward with Shedeur Sanders after trading away Kenny Pickett? Do you believe this is the right time for Shedeur to step up? Or should the Browns have given him these opportunities much earlier in the preseason? Can Stefanski's sudden change in stance be trusted, or is it just him reacting to the pressure from fans and the media? And most importantly, do you think Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to become the future face of the Cleveland Browns? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take on this situation.